Mr. Secretary General, thank you for your service to our country, and I certainly don't envy you in this very difficult fiscal environment that we're in. As you recall, I represent District 4 of Louisiana. Fort Polk is our Army base there, very important and vital to the Army. And General Odierno, you gave a response, and I appreciate your response in the Senate this week regarding co-location. And as you recall, we have a BCT, as I understand it, that's separate from its main division. And so we have, I guess, two countervailing issues going on. One is that there is a value to the Army to co-locate the BCTs, but at the same time to do so would create additional cost, whereas keeping that BCT at Fort Polk, we have tremendous investment in MilCon there, and in fact can actually, from my understanding from the environmental report, can actually accept 1,000 more soldiers than what we have today. Can you expand on this co-location, how important, how much weight you're going to put on that versus all the additional costs we may run into?
I think that, yeah, the question was co-location with the division headquarters. And I think in our weighting, that's not part of the weighting criteria. We would align them to a division one way or another. What I would say, that what I caveat that with, though, is one of the lessons we've learned over the last 10, 12 years. If we want training and readiness oversight from a higher headquarters, it's important that we have that available. It's not absolutely necessary to be co-located with them. And so that's not an overriding factor as we consider this. So as we look at the criteria, that's not one of the major criteria we look at. I guess I would just leave it.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, that's not even weighted. You're just saying it's a desirable factor, but not a strong factor in the decision making then. Okay, great. And Secretary McHugh, I think you're privy to recent hearings that we had in the Fort Polk area. You know, Fort Polk was where General Patton set up the original training facilities before World War II. And historically, the people of that area have undergone tremendous sacrifice to ensure the success of Army. And even through the years and even today, undergoing tremendous sacrifice. But they have done it with 110% commitment and love to the Army and to the U.S. military. And I think you saw evidence of this, people turning out in the streets with signs and in support. They're all in for the Army, sir, as you know. I'd love to hear your response and what you observe.
Well, we like being where we're liked, and there's no question we're liked and more at Fort Polk and the broader Louisiana state. It's a great facility. I've been there. The training that it provides is world class. It has opportunities for expansion, which I think will be an important part of the evaluation process as we go forward. So I just want to assure the good folks of the Fort Polk region that we're going to take their great support, not just at the public listening meeting, which I understand was almost historic in turnout, but also for their support over the years. And as I said, we like to be where we're liked. But we do have a military value analysis that we're required to go through and weighting and such. And as I commented earlier, we want to provide that information to the committee so that you can see it. And we're in the process right now, in part, we're still conducting listening sessions, but in part, taking the comments from those meetings like at Fort Polk and making sure we're giving full and fair consideration to every reasonable input.
Well, thank you, Mr. Secretary. And again, we know that it's the only Army base that's actively undergoing land acquisition, money that had been programmed years ago, ongoing MilCon, some that's already completed, some that's actually under construction. We're building a school. Local community has a tremendous bond issue that they went out in order to rebuild a school that was out in the community. The public works, the infrastructure, all this we're gearing up, even highways to go to Alexandria, where we have an airport that is a support facility for the Army. So again, we just thank you for your consideration. Again, we're pumped up. We're all ready for whatever the Army asks us to do. We salute you. And thank you, and I yield back.